Hey guys, Feuerrm here, and today I will not be testing the Genty Akylone in Asphalt 9 multiplayer, because I was unable to get the car. Watch my Jesko event video, my most recent one if you want to know all about that, and so Afiq has given me some races in his 3-star one, and we also have some races in his 2-star one as well before he recorded these near the end so that you can see how it performs differently from star to star. So first of all, we've got 4 races in his 3-star Akylone, which tops out at rank 3578, and he does have all upgrades and import parts applied. So in this race, our main competition are 2 Corvette Grand Sports around the same rank. So the Akylone, I got to test it at max, as many of you might know, and we have figured out that it is pretty much, in fact, definitely confirmed to be the king of Class A on most tracks. It is better than the Aperta in every way except for handling. Now because, as far as I know, nobody owns either of these 2 cars at max, we can't really do tests on many different tracks in order to determine this, but yeah, I really do think the Akylone is going to be king on most, whereas the Aperta might be able to pick up the victory on some ones like the Caribbean, where the better handling is very important, but still the Akylone has good handling, so I'm not sure just how much of a difference that's going to make. In any case, it appears to be doing extremely well in multiplayer in this race. Afiq has gotten quite far ahead of these other cars. Then again, they weren't very top speed oriented ones, but we will see some of those in this video as well. Interestingly, the 2900 Pininfarina came in second in this race, beating those Corvette Grand Sports, and the Acura and all those other cars as well. That's not something you see every day. In this next race, things ramp up quite a bit. We've got 2 Corvette Grand Sports, a Porsche 918 Spyder, 2 VLFs at 3800 rank, and a Lamborghini Huracan at 4100 rank, so fully maxed there. Let's see how this only half-starred King of Class A can do against them. Then again, we've got a really good driver as well, so you've got to take that into consideration. In cars with at least decent nitro efficiency, such as this one, it is best to take the left route at the beginning there. Now, if you do not have good acceleration, I'm not sure if that's such a great idea. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which cars in particular it's best to go to the right and which ones it's best to go to the left on there. But with this one, going left is definitely faster, because we managed to pass all those ones that went to the right. I'm sure you guys are interested to know how the Genty is at max. Well, its stats without the epics are 368.5 top speed, 81.65 acceleration, 64.53 handling, and 67.27 nitro. So you can tell that is definitely not shabby, and remember, that has no epics either. So when completely maxed, it's going to be even better. However, I do not know when people are actually going to be able to completely max this car. Afiq manages to come in first in this race, beating that Evo, who beat the Corvette, who beat the 918, who beat the VLFs. Now for a race on one of actually my not favorite multiplayer tracks. I'm not going to say it's one of my least favorite ones, but this beginning here just is very annoying, and it can lead to some rather unfortunate knockdowns. Thankfully here, Afiq does not get into that situation. He 360s. I don't think it was on purpose to knock that person down. That person may have been on purpose. I'm not entirely sure. But in any case, he has now come into first place. And thank you, Afiq, for making the car purple. I think that really does help it do better in multiplayer. So there's a video I uploaded a few days ago that you should definitely check out if you haven't already. It is about the Jesko event and the calculations that I figured out that tell you just how many tokens are needed to, number 1, unlock the Jesko, number 2, max the Jesko. Actually, that was number 3. Number 2 would have been to 100% complete the event. And I tell you how much real-life money it would take to get all those tokens to do all that as well. And it's not pretty, so if you're interested in knowing that, definitely check that video out. And then I explained why I can't get the Genty. Basically, it would require another 15,000 tokens, which I don't have. Afiq comes in first again, ahead of those 3 Corvette Grand Sports and the VLF. The Corvette Grand Sports are just as prevalent as always this multiplayer season. And some people were thinking perhaps the new 911 GT3 RS will become the same way, because it's a car, apparently, that you could get through the Legends store and in packs, because that's what happened when you clicked on Get Blueprints. Well, after I uploaded my video about the update yesterday, which you should definitely check out as well, there's a whole bunch of new cool stuff. Gameloft released an announcement or something saying that that was in fact wrong, and that it will just be in the annoying other ways to unlock cars, as mostly we've seen recently. I did think it was a little odd how we'd be getting a 6-star B-class car basically by grinding, although technically that's what the Tri-Nemesis is, but they've never done that with a King before. Now it at least makes a little bit more sense to me, although it is still annoying. Once I get more information about the new cars in this update, such as any max stats they might have, although that probably wouldn't come till their events, or like what their events are going to be and stuff like that, I will share with you guys as long as I am allowed to share the information, because there is some information that I'm not allowed to share, and I'm sure you guys can understand that. But for the most part, I'll tell you guys anything that I find out. Here Afiq comes in first again, finishing up our sequence of 4 races in the 3-star Akylone, this time beating 2 VLFs and a Porsche 918 Spider. Now for our 3 races in the 2-star Akylone, in which we're facing, well, let's see, a Rizvani, an Aventador SV, a VLF, so sort of the same sorts of cars, and we'll have to see how it does at a bit of a lower rank. Because see, most people are probably going to stop at 1 star for the Akylone, because, well, I guess I'll spoil this now, it takes 21,000 tokens on average for somebody to unlock the Jesko. And that is if you've already maxed all the previously released cars that you need for the event, and you only 1-star the Genty and 812. Afiq spent closer to 35,000 tokens in this event because he did in fact manage to 100% complete it, and that's how he's managed to get the 3-star Akylone and the 4 or 5-star Jesko, I don't quite remember which. But if I can, I'll definitely get some high-ranked Jesko footage for you guys as well. I'm sure that will be an interesting video. If you would like to see one race in the Jesko against a Max Sheeran, go check out Doc and Afiq's channel, in which there is a fairly close one. So we're coming up close to the end here, quite far ahead of the other cars, and we end up taking the victory with the car directly behind us being a Corvette and the one behind him being a VLF. Keep in mind that any maxed high-end A and B class car that we face is going to be several hundred rank higher than us. So I've talked a little bit about the new Asphalt 9 update. If you would like to see a very in-depth and detailed review of the update and everything new in it, definitely go check out my video about that. But I want to say a couple things about the body customizations. You see, they're only for the Lancer and the AMG, but one question a lot of people had was how are we actually going to be able to get them? And I believe I read that they're going to be made available in some time-limited events. Now, I don't have any information about how these events are going to be. I don't know if it's going to be beating times or if it's going to be leaderboard-based. I just know that they are going to be things that you win and not things that you purchase for the cars, at least the current ones. Now, I do believe that they are just testing these on these 2 cars. I don't know why they chose them, but they probably will expand them to more cars in the future, these body customization parts, if they end up going quite well on here. And I think the reception should be pretty well, assuming that they're not super hard to get. Because while it's true that these body parts are purely cosmetic, this is something that people have been asking for quite a long time now. Actually, the last time we were able to put customizable parts on cars was Asphalt 2, I believe. So yeah, that is a way long time ago, and I think it's about time that we get some new customization. Afiq flies past this Corvette at the end for the epic victory royale. That was in fact a 3900 rank Corvette. We also beat another Corvette and a 3800 rank Sin R1, which by the way was another car that was needed in order to get the Jesko, and so if you had not been buying blueprints for it with Syndicate coins, you were even more out of luck in the event. There was just so many things about that event that were just awful, but I'm not going to talk about all that here. I already have said pretty much everything I wanted to in that video. Which, by the way, Mina has said that she will forward to the Gameloft developer team. Hopefully this will mean a good thing and my video doesn't get shut down because of exposing them or something like that. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I just hope that maybe something good comes out of it. Obviously Gameloft isn't going to completely change, but if there's anything that video and the backlash of the community has gotten them to change, well, I think we've done our job pretty well in that case. Well, now it's time for my general review of this car, as this is the last race in the video, and it's a pretty close one, as you can see here. This car is just overall a great car. Even at lower stars, it is a pleasure to drive from what I have seen. Even at stock, I enjoy driving it, so that should definitely tell you something about how it's going to be to drive at max. It's got great stats all around, great top speed, great acceleration, great handling, great nitro. Nothing is like extremely super awesome, but it's all good enough to make a nice rounded package for the king of Class A. And the car took a selfie, how nice. We beat a 4,000 rank Huracan, 2 Corvette Grand Sports, and on that note, thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you've enjoyed and consider subscribing for more Asphalt and Forza content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.